Alright, I got a fucking trigger finger on a message in Ghost Rider. It is sent.
Oh shit, never sent my promotion out.
Whoopsie.
Spectator.
Oh, I gotta do my favorite song and dance of logging into Twitch, and it takes 10 goddamn years.
Amazing.
Actually, I really don't need to be logged in. I'm already looking at your stream. There's not much of a point
And
other than
I
moderating.
need to remember to do this.
Hey.
Hello, Velma.
By the way, since you're early tonight, you can check in on Aurora and Goldie, since they will be going to bed in like 15 minutes, so you should probably do that before going to the shop.
Yeah.
When are you gonna get VOD 6 up, by the way?
Yeah, I need to do that.
It is what it is, no worries.
Sometime in the future, TM. Probably future is tonight.
Yeah. I mean, hey, five VODs I think was enough while I was out with whatever the fuck I had. Still don't know what I still don't know whatever the fuck I had.
Hello, Goldie. Before you ask if I'm ignoring you, no, I'm not. It's just you go to bed ass early.
Go to bed. Yeah, it has been an awful long time since you. Oh my god. Oh wait, shit. Do you have a delivery still?
I don't think so.
I guess we can't really. Yeah. Maybe a ball.
Oh, thank God. It's right by her house.
It's right here. Diners, drive-ins, and dives. Join me around the country while I eat some fucking shit. I'm realizing now maybe I should be careful about saying the word. How exactly do we get this to her? Yeah, this is a situation. I mean, it's all hers if she wants it, so we should probably check on Aurora. Can't even really go into...
Yeah, it's fair.
Should probably be careful about the word that's a synonym for nation, because YouTube is gonna be like, you actually said the national word of Australia. And for some reason, we treat that like the hard R on this website. Your channel will get nuked if we hear so much as of a semblance of that word.
Yeah.
Any new houses, by the way?
I will check on something to check on Aurora. I didn't even know Aurora was a penguin.
Yup. Eek! Alright. It is already 8 p.m. Baby. Alright.
Is that just like any fish? Or like a specific fish?
I guess so. The way it was phrased seemed like any.
Okay.
There's just one problem. I haven't seen... unless fishing works differently in this game, I have never seen fish silhouettes.
I've seen a few.
Oh, there we go. And it's gone. You gotta be careful about running near water.
Duly noted.
And you can't... Yeah, you have to be careful about taking it out too close to a fish, because it'll get frightened. Oh. Yeah, once it bobs under the water, that's when you can draw it back. I think you might have done it too late. New banger alerts.
Where are these goddamn fish?
Well, it's as good a time as any now to generate the last NES codes that you'll be receiving. You know, wouldn't it be so crazy if, like, you just happened to sneeze on your Nintendo PC in a way, and, like, 4 games that are hidden in here just happen to appear? I think that would be really funny.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Mm-hmm. Let me get the Lady, Jelito, and the last 3 games are that, and that. So there's that.
Come on.
Mm.
I don't remember how to fish in Animal Crossing. There we go.
Splendid.
Small bass amp. I hate you, villager person. We bringing back the sickness with that joke.
Hell yeah.
Is this what you wanted, Aurora? Did you want a smallmouth bass? It's Aurora, yeah.
Alright, got the foods.
Yeah, I don't want to sneak up on you, but you have one way into this area and you have not turned around, so. Yes, I brought fish.
Fish. I'm still a little flummy occasionally. That's really it right now.
Yeah, no worries. Exotic bench. Sure, it's going to Tom Nook.
Exotic bench.
Exotic butters.
Unfortunately, we do not have the room for such luxuries. What does it look like, though? You might as well try it in your house.
Yeah, let me go check up on Goldie real quick, see if she's gotten the ball yet.
I mean, really, it's on her if she gets it or not. Quite literally, the ball is in her court.
Okay, it's by
I
your
guess
house.
as long as it's close enough and you talk to her, it might... Oh. What? Maybe it doesn't mean anything, actually. Maybe
Yeah,
it's
I
just
guess
flavor
that's
text,
not.
because dog.
I guess that's not a
Well,
ball.
at least it wasn't a big tribulation.
Yeah. Get my. I am Goldie. Hello, Goldie. Get my ball. No, Goldie.
Oh, Mario.
The whole conceit of this game is that he will murder you as you so much as go near his date pages.
Oh no! Oh my god, it's been so fucking long.
Yeah, come on.
Be gone! Okay. Oh, yeah, we gotta get the other.
There we go. Cockroach free.
Right. That
That's
sure is a bench.
too big.
Yep.
Oh.
Oh, another? I do think there's a little text pop up when you get them all. Fucking A.
Oh, I got you now, you little rat bastard.
Maybe it's not in this game that there's... I don't know, unless, like, it's hiding under something. I have no idea.
I can shift stuff around real quick.
Can't really move that one in that corner. There you go. Hmm.
Is it just not actually gonna be here?
It is a mystery. Maybe it is just the later games that added a text pop up for killing all the cockroaches. I don't know.
Maybe. It's like a sliding block puzzle.
I was about to say, yeah, this is a whole ass Zelda dungeon right now.
Yeah. Well, it should be done with the Zelda-esque block pushing, thankfully.
Yep,
Oh,
I think
yep.
that's the last of the roaches.
Alright.
Alright.
Do I have anything stored in you? Nope.
Nope.
Alright. Let's... That's just the HRA again. Museum. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock.
It's like 90% NES game.
Alright.
You might have to put 3 of the NES games in storage for the 3 that are coming in.
Should be room.
Alright. Well, you might need more room if somebody happens to sneeze on your Nintendo PC.
Well, I'll put them in storage then.
Yeah.
An X!
Woo! Progress, gamers. Can you believe it? And supposedly this is the one tool that has durability in this game, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I forget how you get a golden axe in this. I think it's basically a completion reward. Let me see.
So, alright, I have this rug.
You're telling me in New Horizons you get the golden axe by breaking 100 flimsy axes? Dude, if you're a gamer, you're gonna get the better versions of the flimsy axe and not bother to use a flimsy axe again. That is beyond fucked. Oh my
You
god.
gotta use the
At least I know
garbage to
that
get
now.
the best thing. That
Yeah,
makes
that
total
makes so much
sense.
sense. Just fucking literally, Nintendo, I know you could program, just make it so that the other axes count towards it. Hell, the better axes should give a better fucking score towards the golden axe. But no.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Also, I need to re-enter because no codes. It's everyone's favorite time.
The last time for a long time. And by a long time, I mean probably ever. Unless, like, I still need to sort through non-NES items that can be obtained with codes and see if there would be anything good.
PNFX.
Oh, weird. Apparently, Nobutsu no Mori on N64, the axe doesn't have durability. So that was added for Animal Crossing.
For DRR.
I mean, it'll be a while until you need another standard axe, because
70%.
apparently it takes 72 uses for it to break. The golden axe can be obtained from Farley at the Wishing Well after a perfect town environment status has been maintained for 15 days straight. Jesus.
GJ.
So what qualifies a perfect town in this game?
Good question.
In addition to the points rankings, I skipped over
Golf!
that. Oops. Yes, golf. There must not be any trash dropped anywhere outside, or the town drops to rank 0, and the Wishing Well will say, yada 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 yada. There must be less than 5 weeds, or 4 fewer weeds than
GK6A.
flowers in the acre. Oh wait, each acre in the town must not have any trash, and each acre must
FX.
have less than 5 weeds or 4 fewer weeds than flowers. A flower offsets a weed, so an acre can contain 5 or more weeds only if there are enough flowers to offset them. In addition, all non-exempt acres, train stations, houses, museum, lake, and beaches must have between 9 to 17 trees, i.e. contribute more than 0 tree points. Once the perfect town status has been reached, yada yada yada. Okay, so what other points are involved also? Oh, and I didn't realize that apparently there's a better odds of fish inspect spawns and villager move-ins depending on the score of town, I think. Yeah.
See code.
Each acre's points are calculated based on the number of trees or tree saplings planted within the acre. Wilted saplings will count as well. Acres must have between 9 and 17 trees or saplings to receive points. If any required acre has an amount of trees or saplings outside of this range, the wishing well will tell the player that there's too little green in that acre. Is there anything else that qualifies towards this? No. So again, it's just trees, weeds, flowers, and garbage.
A0LR. JQA.
And here's an extremely fun gamer fact. Dobutsu no Mori E Plus was the first game in the series to introduce the Lily of the Flower, Lily of the Valley flower, which grows in perfect acres. And again, it's appeared in every game since as sort of a almighty completion reward. I wonder how much they sell for, actually, because again, you need to have a perfect acre. They probably sell well.
Trio.
Not that it matters for us, because they're not in Animal Crossing, but still.
Yeah, nice trio of sports games.
Yep, I said the other night, man, I left the weirdest selection for last, and I did. It is a sports night.
Alright. Well, time to start picking fruits and cleaning up the beach, I guess.
Yep.
Okay.
Fun. Did you know gaming facts? A lot of people already know this. I don't know if you know this, lady. But golf on NES was programmed by the late Satoru Iwata, and in his memory, the first revisions of the Switch firmware had an Easter egg where if you had the Joy-Cons wireless and you had to sort of move them in a motion like Satoru's old directly to you. He did sort of a thing with his arms in old Nintendo Directs. And by the way, Iwata hosted the first couple of Directs. That was his idea, was doing Directs. But if you did that with the Joy-Cons on the first couple of firmware revisions, it would legit just launch into Golf NES, and you could play it.
That's cool.
I wonder, because it must have been early in its career, early in his career, if they picked it as like a sentimental game to remember him by.
Yeah.
NES Golf 1984. Let's see. List of games Iwata worked on.
Is Tortimer around? No, he's not. Lobo's running around in circles like a freak, though.
Golf was the second game that Iwata programmed that was published by Nintendo.
Hmm.
Pinball was his first, actually.
Interesting.
I would, like, if you have the time to kill, I can run through. He's involved with quite a few other games as far as programming.
I'm
Yeah.
just picking shit.
Yep. So, before Pinball, he... Oh, this is interesting. Okay, so I talked before when I was talking about Balloon Fight, which he also programmed. I mentioned that Iwata is a big fan of the Williams game Joust, and I might have said something incorrect because it seems like although he did program a port of it for the NES, it never released for legal reasons, but that's very interesting. After Golf, he programmed F1 Race. After Balloon Fight, which was after F1 Race, he programmed Mach Rider. Man, that's a NES deep cut. Programmed Othello, Ball Force, Eternal Story. What the fuck is Eggerland? I'm guessing this didn't release in the States. What the fuck is this? Eggerland. Yeah, this was published by PAL on the Famicom Disk System. So, this is definitely foreign to me, a Yankee. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on.
Edgy Ninja Land is crazy. Hi, guys. Hello, Edgy.
Wait,
How you doing?
Land is crazy. What up? So apparently, Eggerland was a early entry in what would become in the States the Adventures of Lolo series. So what we got as the first game in that series is the 5th game, apparently.
Interesting. Okay, you know, I should like write an actual letter to a villager so I can get fruits back.
Wouldn't you believe it?
Yes, and go to Olivia.
Apparently, there were 2 Japan exclusive sort of like expansions, I guess, to NES Golf. One was called Famicom Golf Japan Course, the other was called Famicom Golf US Course, and Iwata programmed on both of those. Air Fortress, Famicom Grand Prix F1 Race, Famicom Grand Prix 2 3D Hot Rally. I should point out the Famicom Grand Prix games are considered predecessors to Mario Kart, actually. Because even though Mario characters were not really in the games, they were on the box art, mainly for marketing. Another Eggerland game, Rollerball, Shanghai, Uchu K Bitai SDF. What the hell is this, other than being exclusive to Japan? Oh, it's a shmup. Huh. Interesting.
Shmup.
Shmup. New Ghostbusters 2? Okay. Paul's, Hole-in-One Golf. NES Open Tournament Golf. Man, this man loved his golf. Arcana. NCAA Basketball. Kirby's Adventure. He was producer, but he did contribute some programming. Oh, I'm not sure if you guys just stream Animal Crossing, but if you ever stream something else, you guys should do a race of the main classic Sonic games.
Yeah.
Cybershell did this with like 3 other people, and it was really fun to watch. He beat everyone though, lol. I will do that on
fun.
one condition. You get your ass in here. You are the one pitching it.
You.
More importantly, you! More importantly, Edgy, I mean, you've talked before about wanting to, like, stream and do YouTube shit, so that would be a good opportunity.
Yeah.
I promise there's... Alright, would love to. Got it, yeah. And I would love to play all of those games back to back. I think that would be a fun experience. Although
I would suck nuts.
I mean, you're fine. You know.
You've seen my performance on the Sonic games.
I don't know.
It's lacking.
Promise you could be worse. You could be Autumn. You could be my ex. If we ever do it, I'll have a filter in every. No, literally, the only filter you need to have here is not saying the national word of Australia. That's our only rule. As far as I'm concerned.
I mean, I don't think Twitch gets on your case for it, and I don't
Yeah, but
particularly.
the problem is again, like, well, yeah, you may not care, but YouTube will care very deeply.
Listen, if you ever edit it, you
I mean,
can
yeah,
just edit it
if
out.
if for some reason it dropped, I would be okay to edit it. And I mean, I think it would be fun to edit a race together, anyways. Literally,
Yeah.
hype moments in Aura. So
Listen, the only filter you should be bringing is a voice filter for bits.
yeah. Fucking like I've talked about so much random ass shit on Glady streams before.
Yeah.
So there's not. There is one time that I've held myself back on something, and that's because it's discussing a cult that has a reputation around holding grudges. And you know, this is a. I don't think the stream has ever broken 10 viewers. It's not like it would ever make it to the cult in question, but I'd rather not have it out there, anyways.
Yeah. 450 bells for a bit of sea life.
I would much rather be safe than sorry, and you know, have a life full of mail being sent to any goddamn address that I move to, and you know, paid stalkers, and not that I would be a threat to this cult in question, I would assume, but again, they are.
Yeah.
They have a reputation, let's say, that I would rather not fuck with. Ugh. Right. Vegas Stakes. Kirby's Pinball Land. I forgot there was a Kirby Pinball game. What is I'm sorry, Iwata was a producer on a game published by Square? This is interesting. Alcahest is, I assume, how it's pronounced. Is this an RPG? Action adventure. What? It is mistaken for a role-playing game. That is a very funny wiki sentence. So it is not.
Amazing.
Adventures of Lolo on Game Boy. Earthbound, by the way, I was gonna talk about this at some point, and I think I have before, but, man, Iwata... Earthbound would maybe not exist if not for Iwata, because it was in development hell for a couple of years. Shigesato Itoi and the team were really struggling with it, and Iwata stepped in and... Oh, yeah, Edgy knows this story already. But, yeah, Iwata stepped in and helped with programming. He was also co-producer on the game. I've heard, it's been a minute since I've looked into this, apparently he did a pretty massive rewrite of the game, but, believe it or not, that's not the last time he would save a game. He is the fucking man. He was the fucking man as far as his coding talent.
The guy.
Yeah, fucking Masahiro Sakurai has attested to this before.
Oh
in his
yeah,
YouTube
that video.
streams. He had a video on Iwata, and talking about how Iwata helped with Melee also.
Mm.
But yeah. It's, you know, it's so crazy because Pokemon Sun and Moon, they had an NPC talking about a guy, and it was very obviously talking about Iwata and, you know, talking about how he was a great programmer and all this shit, and it's just like, he
Mm.
had to remake Earthbound from scratch pretty much and got it done in a short amount of time. Yeah, that's, again, I was a little shaky on that, but I will believe you. You are the bigger E-toy nerd than me, as much as I love this stuff.
Interesting.
Um, yeah, I think the turnaround was like a year, and Earthbound had been in development for like 2 or 3 years by the time that Iwata came in. Yeah, shit is crazy. Uh, Kirby's Dream Course, Kirby's Dream Land 2,
Hello,
Vegas
guy.
Stakes on Game Boy. Good afternoon, everyone.
We got two Ghost Rider individuals here.
I genuinely don't know how they did it. It's such a big game. It is. Like, it is so funny looking at the map, all stitched together. It is. It's nuts. I don't know how the fuck Iwata managed to. Like, that man was really just built different. That man was built so fucking different. And again, it's just a shame that he went the way he did.
Train, let me watch you arrive. No.
No.
Ah.
Kirby Superstar. Oh, dude. I was talking about E-Toy. I forgot.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, Itoi Shigesato no Bas Suri? Number 1. Yeah, Itoi had, they were Japan exclusive fishing games, and they had like a bunch of wacky ass characters in them. I forgot if there were
Mm.
multiple of these, because it says number 1. I don't know if that means anything, or maybe the game is just number 1. Maybe it's just really good. I think that's what it is. Yeah, the weird thing is, so this game was on Super Famicom, and then it had an enhanced edition on N64. I think somebody translated it recently. I should give it a play.
Hmm.
Is what I would say if Nintendo was not watching.
Yeah.
uh,
It's been like a week. How do you not have any?
Kirby's Dream Land 3, Kirby Star Stacker. Oh, once again, Iwata being a programming angel. Pocket Monster Stadium, not to be confused with Pokemon Stadium,
Mm.
because, as you may or may not know, the first Pokemon Stadium for us was actually the second Pokemon Stadium game in Japan. The
Mm.
first Pokemon Stadium game, that was a Japan exclusive, Pocket Monster Stadium, it only had part of the Kanto decks. It was a very rushed game, and apparently Iwata helped reprogram the battle code in a week because he's
Oh my
insane.
god.
My god. Pokemon Red and Blue, he had special thanks. Hey You Pikachu, and how could I forget the original Super Smash Brothers on Nintendo 64?
Yeah.
Extended credits as negotiation chief, computer player, test version programming, and program support. And he also helped extensively with the prototype. This
Puppy
was also mentioned
playtime.
in the Sakurai video, but Iwata actually pitched in with the bros part of Super Smash Bros. Because
Mm.
Iwata was like, well, we want it to sound friendly. We want it to sound like, you know, just, you know,
Yeah.
a bunch of friends settling an argument with their fists. Pokemon Snap, Pokemon Pinball.
I do find it
Pokemon.
interesting how they moved away from the like toys framing of Super Smash Bros. As the games went on.
Yeah, it really did just kind of poof. Especially
Yeah.
with Ultimate. Like
Like,
again, it was definitely getting back scaled, but I mean like four downplayed it a bit, and then ultimate like you really it's not there at all.
I'd argue
Um,
4 is where it stopped, like, being there at all, and, like, Brawl.
well, I mean no four there were still trophies,
Yeah, I guess.
but yeah, again it was definitely being moved away from. I'm so sad about that, especially with ultimate. I don't like the spirits. Yeah, I don't like World of Light in general. I'm gonna keep it a buck. It is no Subspace Emissary, and
Yeah.
Subspace Emissary is not perfect. It does get gassed up a lot. Don't get me wrong. There are problems with the gameplay of Subspace Emissary, but like, fuck, dude.
Subspace Emissary is hype moments in aura and sometimes good gameplay.
Yeah, World of Light is so bad. It's so boring. It is. Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
I
I
I
don't
couldn't
like saying that something in Smash is bad, but it just straight up is.
I
I'm
couldn't
gonna keep it a
even
buck.
finish the first half of
I did not
World
even
of
get like
Light.
an hour into it. I won't lie. I think most of my like lack of attachment and lack of playing Ultimate came from World of Light because I was like, "Oh shit, we're doing Subspace Emissary again." And then the game launched and I'm like, "This is not Subspace Emissary again." You know, like with 4, it didn't even try to have an adventure mode, so like I was miffed about it, but at least there was not a poor man's imitation. And I liked a lot of other shit. Shout out to 3DS. I fucking love Smash Run. I don't know why they didn't bring that back in Ultimate. I powered through just so I could change the
Oh
menus.
yeah,
That's fair.
Smash Run was so fun.
What? Like, where the fuck was that in Ultimate? I would love more returning modes in Ultimate for that matter. Hell, yes, even the goofy ass board game mode from 4 on Wii U. I know people hated that. I was one of the few people who liked it. It was not Smash Run, sure, but it was
Yeah.
it was good. It was pretty good. And it was still better than World of Light.
I do like that I can just write empty letters to the museum and not have them yell at me for it.
Yeah. Oh, Smash Run is literally City Trial. Why did that's what I'm saying. That should look like Greasy Grove. That's what I'm saying. Like it would have been so cool with a new map and shit. Like, could you imagine, dude? 3DS Smash is a miracle that they got that game to run at all. Could you imagine how big a Smash Run map could have been in Ultimate?
Oh
That's
yeah.
such a crazy thought. Like like I already thought the map in Smash Run on 3DS was pretty big considering the tech limitations. Like you could
Yeah.
definitely futz around in that for a bit. I would put good money if you broke down the technical logistics, you could at least double or probably triple that map size on Ultimate if they had done that. It is such a sad thought thinking about it. They could have cooked so fucking hard. Uh, and I'm once again going back to my list of Iwata Nintendo games. Now, mainly just because I want to finish it, not just to fill. Oh,
Okay.
Sakurai does not come back. I don't think we will ever see it again, unfortunately. I never say never with anything. I don't know. I mean, like you and I, Edgy, we've talked about what the hell the future of Smash is gonna look like. Nobody really knows at this point,
For the sake of the
especially
man's
post
sanity, I
Sakurai.
hope they don't make another Smash.
Yeah, please.
He
We'd
literally
already
said,
locked in
"Don't
a lot of
ask
air
me for anything
rights.
ever again. Do not ask him for anything ever
Do not ask
again."
this man for anything ever again. Uh,
But
yeah.
Nintendo likes money, and you know what brings money?
I think
Super
the first
Smash
thing that would happen
Bros.
in a post Sakurai game would be returning to more older shit, just because it would be easier to develop, and B, it would give them something to fall back on. And I know that sounds weird because just have him be a supervisor, bro. Let him rest. That could work. That could work. I would take that. I think producer, supervisor.
Yeah.
Um, but I think a new game. It sounds weird for me to say that they would revisit older modes because like well, we had Ultimate. That game is all nostalgia, but like I don't think Ultimate went all the way with that because again, there weren't really a lot of returning modes other than again the stuff that you would expect as standard. I want more
Yeah.
like goofy shit. I want again, obviously, I want like fucking Smash Run, as I said, board game mode from Smash 4. I even want yeah, this is a gangster ass poll here. Board the platforms from Smash 64. Now I know that's basically just break the targets, but fuck it, bring it back. It's not that difficult to develop for, you know? Um you could do Smash Brawl had a boss rush. You know, I hope that a new Smash game would have a better adventure mode with bosses. It's so weird how the baseball mode didn't. Yes. Also, yeah, that I am glad they put it in Ultimate eventually, but yeah, Sandbag I feel like has been so iconic in the series. Um, that was a weird choice. I'm sure I could pull up a list of like other weird Smash modes. Um, I forget. Correct me on this, Edgy? Did Ultimate have like missions? Because like I know Melee and Brawl had I don't know if they were actually called missions, but they were like little bite-sized challenges with like, unique conditions. And like I guess World of Light kind of replaced that, but also like they're just not as cool as the missions. I'm gonna keep it a buck. It
Iggy,
takes a while for World of Light to get good.
you asked for it right before I think Rolo was about to go to sleep. You can't get mad at me for that.
Uh,
Either that or you asked for it from Goldie, who I could not have gotten it from.
yeah. What? All right. Pokemon Snap, Pokemon Pinball. Oh, I don't remember having open World of Light in like years. That's completely fair. Um, but again, from what I've seen of it and from what little I've played of World of Light, it has sort of an overlap with the missions from Brawl and Melee. But again, like the missions in when I play Smash, I just play Smasher online. That's completely fair. Um, but again, like the missions in Melee and Brawl were dope, and I feel like World of Light could have leaned into that more. And again, maybe it does later on, but I didn't play a lot of World of Light, and the early missions are not interesting at all. So like that's on the devs if they're not going to make the early missions interesting. I hate to say it. I will not bother to be engaged with your mode if you're not doing like goofy, floor is lava, big opponent, wind, all sorts of dumb gimmicks like that I want to see in like you would see in Brawl Melee missions.
Yeah.
Um,
To that ingrate? What? Who do you think you are, Lobo? You can't even. You call him an ingrate. You can't even go get it yourself.
Come on, son.
Alright, let's go
Oh,
pick that
and
up, I guess.
they kind of did that in World of Light, but the problem is that the campaign is so long and not short. Yes, the missions. The thing with the missions in Melee and Brawl is that literally you have a set amount that you can do at a time, and then you go on to the next batch. Um, World of Light does have branching. You can like choose, certain things, but it's just not as extensive as the missions. You don't have as many options at any one given time. But my memory is a little foggy on the Brawl and Melee missions. Again, I just remember them being pretty fucking good. There's one in Melee. There's one in Melee where you fight against 128 tiny Marios because, Super Mario 128, Lamau. I think I've talked about this before, but and I'm pretty sure Edgy knows this one. They need to bring back trophies. I am hoping, I am begging. I do not want PNGs. Yeah, if they don't, like that should be. I will keep it a buck. That should be priority numero uno for the next Smash game. Give me some fucking trophies. I will not lie. Um, World of Light, the spirits is so disappointing, and it's so weird because they kind of did the basic idea of spirits before in Brawl with stickers. If you remember stickers for Subspace Emissary, and those were also pretty lame because, yeah, they had status effects, but they're just pictures. And the spirits in Ultimate are just pictures.
Yep. But didn't the stickers have some kind of gameplay effects? I think I remember that.
Well, yeah, I mean, again, the spirits
I
and
guess the
the
spirits do
stickers
too,
had
yeah.
similar gameplay effects. They give stat perks and different things.
Hmm. I need to
Fuck,
play
I need to play Brawl
Ultimate again.
We had two different trains of thought
Eh.
passing at the same time. You remember when they accidentally stole fan art of the Masked Man? Ah, good times, yeah. Jesus. Some intern got fucked in the ass for that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
That's some shit Sega would do, not Nintendo. I'm gonna keep it a buck. And I mean, Sega has actually been caught doing that before. Shout
That's
out
some
Sonic
shit
Colors
Scott
Ultimate.
Cawthon would do.
That's some shit Scott Cawthon would do.
This is a fun reference to the time he used a
My feet
fan
fucking
render.
hurt. Thank you, guy. I felt that.
Nah, not
My
hurt,
feet also
Hort.
hurt. I had a Hort. Yeah. No. I had a 6-hour shift. I managed to get a sunburn in fucking March because of course 6-hour shift, and I was fucking scrubbing out concrete faux ponds and scooping water and getting
Scoop.
like leaves and trash out of the bottom. And if you cannot tell, that was most of the shift. There was other stuff in there, but I am not fucking qualified to clean ponds, and I still do for the wage that is the same wage as if I were behind the register at my job. Because
Yeah.
that makes perfect sense. What's so crazy about Smash Ultimate is that they were like, oh, we can't figure out the online, and some guy recently fixed the delay. It's actually insane.
Wait, how recently?
That makes sense. I haven't heard about this, but yeah, that absolutely checks out.
Yeah, I also haven't heard about it. When did they fix a week ago?
About a week ago. God damn.
Amazing.
I'm
Nintendo
shocked the news
Online
hasn't hit me,
people.
but also it is recent. I mean, doesn't Nintendo Online? I think it was a couple years ago that somebody checked, and it like legit it runs on Windows 9X, supposedly. I don't know if that's a rumor, but I heard that a lot. I'll look this up here. Nintendo Switch Online Windows
Beware
98.
that
Oh boy.
scoundrel. Alright, Lobo, give Olivia back her fucking comic book.
If they don't fix it for the next Smash game, I'm actually gonna be so pissed. Edgy, let me level with you. Online in any Smash game has never been great. Like, 4 was probably the best it has been, and even then that was not perfect.
Lobo, I'm going to strangle you. Stop lending shit you got lent to others.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, Edgy. I don't mean to be mean when I say that, because like it really should be fixed. Smash really should be a premier online game. But again, there's not been a great track record, so I would not keep my hopes up.
What?
I don't even care about the connection issues at this point, but just fix the delay.
What is wrong with this town?
If you're wondering, by the way, Edgy, Goldie is asleep right now and fell asleep like a half hour ago.
It's not even that.
Yeah, it's not even that. It's also the issue of people just love to borrow
Olivia.
items and then loan them out to somebody else.
Olivia lent a comic book to Lobo, who then lent it to Pom Pom, who apparently has now lent it to Goldie, who I cannot talk to.
The tea is crazy. See, this is why I love this game, and again, I've talked about this a lot, Edgy, but this shit does not happen in New Horizons.
The fucking audacity of this town.
Horizons is okay. It is the most, like, serviceable. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot I like about it, and there's a lot that could be improved. But it is just the most serviceable Animal Crossing game. Like, it is the Animal Crossing game on Switch. You know?
Yep.
It really, like, other than the island gimmick, which is not even really anything that special, and, you know, tools breaking, which nobody likes, it just doesn't have, like, a big gimmick to it. You know, terraforming is cool, but it's really clunky the way that's implemented. Again, like there's a lot that I like about it. There's a lot that I dislike about it. The stuff in the update should have just been in the game at launch. 110%. I do think I will say, like, I feel so conflicted about the strategy that Nintendo has taken, like, post Splatoon. And, you know, it's been on a case-by-case basis. New Horizon killed AC, TBH. Sure, many love it, but it changed the series forever. Yeah, no, my main issue with New Horizons, and again, I have a lot of other stuff that
Who
I
the
can
hell
complain
is
about with
Kong
it.
Dasher? If that's anyone
I
from
don't
Ghost
know,
Rider.
but welcome. No, not that I recognize anyways.
Hmm.
Fucking identify yourself. No.
Oh, welcome in if you're
Welcome.
not from Ghost
Yeah.
Rider.
If you're not from Ghost Rider, you can be
Identify
like,
yourself if you
what the
are.
fuck? Yeah. What is a Ghost Rider?
Mhm.
No, my main issue. I'm new. All right.
Well, welcome in.
No, my main issue with New Horizons, though, is just the dialogue is the most vanilla-ass shit ever. Hello, nice to meet you. Because again, you look at this game, and you see villagers that are willing to be mean, and, like, again, I know why they stopped doing it. Yes, it's a kid's game, but, like, come on, I wouldn't mind an E10. Yes, it is boring. Boring is really, I mean, saying it's vanilla is nice. The dialogue is boring if I'm being mean about it.
Yeah.
Everybody is just, like, cuddly, bubbly, and they don't step on your toes ever, you know? It's just nothing, there's no push and pull. Like, occasionally villagers get in arguments, but it's never anything that serious, you know? Like, look at Tomodachi Life. Look at how dynamic social interactions are in that. I would
Yeah.
love some shit like that in an Animal Crossing game. By the way, I stopped playing after I got the terraforming stuff. That's valid, and honestly, unless you get the DLC, there's basically nothing to do after terraforming other than, like, completionist stuff. For New Horizons. But, yeah, nah, like, I do feel like Tomodachi Life is... And I really hope that, the new one coming out, the Animal Crossing devs... Yes, there's a Happy Home Paradise. It is cool, I will say. I honestly might prefer it to the main game, and Edgy, you might like it because it's more structured. It's not a life sim. Happy Home Paradise is basically a separate campaign. You go to the airport and you just say you want to go to work when you have the DLC. You go to this, it's an archipelago, and you go there and you're a home designer. It's a sequel to the 3DS game. So you get requests from villagers, and you have, like, sets of furniture that you can use. And, you know, you're, like, graded on your performance as far as, like, making the room. You can even, like, change the outside of houses or the yards and stuff. It's neat. It's neat. I have been meaning to get back to New Horizons just to complete that.
Yeah.
I like it. I am glad that they're including it as a separate campaign as a part of the same game, because I do think Happy Home Designer on 3DS being a standalone game that's just the house designing is a little weird. I do think, like, when that came out, people were like, bruh. It didn't make sense. But I think having it as a separate campaign in a main Animal Crossing game is great. And it gives you, you know, it gives you something to do. If you're tired of sitting around, you can go and work and make some houses, and that has its own sort of flow to it, you know? Like, I get pretty into fucking house making. There is an art to it. I like it.
Yeah.
But yeah. The DLC I think is $20. Let me look up Happy Home Paradise. I know if you have Switch Online Plus, Happy Home Paradise is included for as long as you have the online expansion pack. Let's see.
Excuse me. Where's the Nintendo Direct, man? This is getting kind of insane. I don't know. I never pay attention to Nintendo Directs. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I just don't care.
Yeah. Also, Happy Home Paradise on its own is 25 smackaroos. I will say the worst thing about that DLC is that you have a separate currency that you get out on the islands, and you can only convert it to bells once you complete the max amount of houses, which I think is like a dozen, to be fair. You can do more after that, but yeah, you can keep it, bro. I'm broke. That's fair. Yeah. Not like Switch Online
Eh.
expansion pack. I I really didn't like it when it launched, and I still don't like it, and I still won't get it out of principle. I just hate multi-tier shit with subscriptions. Um, but I do think that, God forbid, at this point with all of the classic games, that the expansion pack is starting to justify itself. I would say if you're gonna get Happy Home Paradise, get it through the expansion pack. I do think that is the best way to do that. Um, and yeah, again, there's other stuff to enjoy there too. I wouldn't pay $25 for it on its own, unless like you're really into the concept. I was not super sold on the concept. I literally got it because, again, you can, after you do enough, you can take the money from the islands and you can convert it to bells. So I was like, fuck it, more resources. I'll pay $25 for that. um, but no, again, like I ended up like completely falling in love with the house building in Happy Home Paradise. It is, again, it's a really good way to break up the pace um, of of the main game, which is just kind of a life sim.
Yeah.
And another thing I will say with Happy Home Paradise is that you learn techniques for house building, and they are actually like unique skills, and you can transfer them over to your own island. You can make partitions, wall partitions. You can do accent walls. Oh, you think if Awada was still around, would Switch Online be a thing? Hell no! Hell no! Oh my god, not even a question, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, Iwata is fucking rolling in his grave over that shit. I'm sure of it. It is, like, mind you, Switch Online was free for the first year of the Switch. They started doing that shit when he was cold in his fucking grave, and it sucks. It fucking sucks to me. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, but again, with Happy Home Paradise, you can do partitions, you can do, like, accent walls, so one of the walls has a different wallpaper. There's different lighting options. You can add, like, particle effects to objects. And I don't even think I've unlocked everything yet. That's just what I've unlocked. You get them as you go along in Happy Home Paradise, because it has, like, a little bit of a story to it, too.
Well, I think it's time for some NES games because I've done pretty much everything in the town.
At least they could have made the retro games be able to be bought. I assume you'd mean bought, not brought. Yes, I think I've ragged on about this before. It is literally the stupidest shit ever that it literally is just money waiting for Nintendo. Like, come the fuck on. What do you mean Nintendo is not taking money? No Wisp?
Wisp is
That's
midnight,
great.
my guy.
Oh. Well, yeah, not only would it be way later, but the setup is so you literally have to like conjure a fucking demon for Wisp. As
Yeah.
we've talked about. You need you need to have, I think it's like 6 or 8 weeds, and then Wisp will show up 2 to 4 nights after you have the prerequisite amount of weeds. So we are well past that point. We would need to get the weed population down, back up, and then start counting from the day that that the weeds um get back up to the point where they need to be. It would be. Oh, did you hit the ball?
I don't know how this game works.
That's fair. It is definitely an NES golf game from 1984. Oh boy.
I'm hitting A again.
Well, dude, fucking complete deafening silence is said recently. How good is the emulation here, I'm wondering? There's somebody that's talked about it. If you compare it to modern emulation, it's awful. But consider that the games in here, they're a limited set. For the limited set that's in here, they optimized it as well as they could.
I love
Again, it's
golfing about 5 feet at a time.
fucking golf. I can't believe some random Scottish man in like some random year said, "We're gonna fucking make a game where there's the flag and there's the hole and you take a stick and you swing that shit across the fucking field and you just pray that you get the ball there by the end of the year." That's my awful Scottish. You're welcome. This is the only time that Bori does a funny voice ever. Because I
Amazing.
barely ever do that shit. I have a good Kermit, but I rarely have a chance to use it. Ugh. Unless Edgy wants to edgy or the cough at the end adds to that. Yeah, like fucking. Honestly, if nothing else, Edgy, and I'm saying this now and forever. If you ever want to hear some shit as Kermit, I can do a pretty okay Kermit. Not the best, not the worst.
We need to watch that video about Kermit's new voice actor.
Oh yeah. Holy shit, it's Jordan Peterson. Well, I'm never using it again now. Oh my god. It's the worst thing anybody could ever say about a Kermit impression. Nah,
This
Peterson,
game
Peterson is
sucks.
kind of. This game sucks. You have put it more succinctly than I. Hashtag I'm cursed. Nah, you're built different. You're built different. I wanted to bring this up, guy, but I think literally one of the first memories that I have of you in Ghost Rider is like playing White Knuckle and being like vocally locked in, just like it's true. Yeah, man,
Sure, I'll
yeah,
be
it can be
Team
true.
A.
Oh boy. I fucking love climbing games. Fair. Fair. Oh man, these sprites are so fucking scummy. Whew. Well, it is baseball.
What?
I just love
God
climbing,
damn
eh?
it. Oh, what? He,
Oh.
he, he levitated it back to himself.
I call this one the yo-yo. Honestly, guy, I'm thinking now I should just I should get a comic. Tragically won't. Edgy, I got some news for you. They literally did 2 months ago. They updated New Horizons. And I mean, okay, to be fair, the retro consoles, I mean, the NES games and Animal Crossing. Yeah, again, like, the way it returned is kind of a monkey's paw in New Horizons because it's only one game per retro console and you need a Switch Online. You need a Switch Online subscription for it, even if
Hmm.
you're playing it locally. Um, which sucks, bro. Like, yeah, again, having multiple games would be nice, but it's so fun. You didn't hear about this? You didn't hear that again? It was the weird update they did 2 months ago. Even though they stopped updating New Horizons 4 years ago, they did another update. And yeah, one of the things in it was retro consoles. Now, to be fair, again, there's multiple, so it doesn't sting as much not having multiple games per console, because there's multiple consoles, it's not just the NES. I
Do
think
I
the
just
NES has
not
Ice Climber.
understand how baseball works? Like,
This lady, honey, it's an NES baseball game. I don't think the physics are gonna be great.
well, not even the physics. I don't think I understand how baseball works. How do I score points?
You just hit the ball far. That's about it.
And I wasn't getting points.
I don't. You mean, well, you hit the ball, then you got to run to the bases. You have to get a home run to make points. Well, not a home run. You have to get to home base to make points.
But
I know
my
about the
guy
Switch 2
moves so
version.
slow.
I know, but he's trying to be careful because if they catch the ball and bring it to the base that he's at, then that's an out, and he has to go back home. That's baseball.
This game
This
sucks
game,
on
I
ice.
swear. I know about the Switch 2 version that runs at 30 FPS for some reason. I'm assuming it's because of how the game works. Yeah, I think I talked about this with you before. It has to be. Well, I think it's for two reasons. One could be game logic. I hope it's not that. I hope that the game logic is not hard coded at 30 FPS, because that's a horrible thing for a programmer to do. I think the actual reason for this is that the Switch 2 version has an expanded multiplayer mode where I think instead of 8 players, you can have 12 simultaneous online. So maybe they kept the frame rate locked at 30 so that they could do 12 players. I think that's the reason. That's my tinfoil hat reason.
Nope. Stop bullying me.
I'm gonna look at the Animal Crossing wiki. I want to see what retro games are in New Horizons. Animal Crossing New Horizons, NES games. Let's see.
I need it.
I did it! Hmm?
Flapping their fucking arms around like seagulls. What the hell?
I'm gonna be honest, I'm assuming it's because of stuff being hard-coded. Again, I'm not ruling that out, but I hope that's not what it was, because that's such an irresponsible thing for a programmer to do. But also Nintendo is weird. I wouldn't rule it out. But again, I would like to think the reason is the expanded multiplayer. It could actually, I think it's two things. I think one is the expanded multiplayer, and two is keeping cross-compatibility with Switch, because you can still play online with Switch 1 players on the Switch 2 version. So I don't know, like, the logistics of having a 60 FPS client running alongside a 30 FPS client. I don't know how technically feasible that would be. So that could also be the reason. To basically not have the Switch 2 version be like a walled off, self-contained one. And I mean, like, that would suck for casual players also, not having cross-compatibility between Switch 2 and Switch 1. And the expanded multiplayer that I mentioned, that's its own mode in the Switch 2 version as well.
Oh, I love the game wrestling control away from me of a certain player as I've gotten them fucking jockeyed to position.
Yep. There was, oh my god, have you ever played Soccer Physics? Know of Soccer
What the hell
Physics?
is that?
Okay, it's an old-ass Flash game from, like, 10 years ago. I think Markiplier played it once. I don't know it from him. I know it from an old friend that I don't know anymore. It's a Flash game where, basically, each player, it's a two-player game, each player has one key, and when you press the key, your soccer player jumps, and the soccer player's like, it's a 2D game. It's not an overhead focus.
No.
It's literally just dead on 2D. And your soccer players, they sort of like lean back and forth, so you have to time your jump to get them to like flop. And it's so dopey. There's also like a different like WarioWare ass gimmicks that it'll do, like weather and like, you know, giving them hats and all sorts of stupid shit, or, you know, messing with the jump physics. Um,
Okay.
it's so good. I haven't played it in ages, but like, it is impossible to play that game and not laugh. It is so dumb.
Hmm.
All right.
I mean, I don't think we needed a proper halftime for our soccer game for the NES, but sure.
Sure, why not? Thank you, developers. Developers. Okay. So the NES and New Horizons, like I said, it has Ice Climber on it. Oh, apparently the Famicom is separate. Let me check here. Oh, that's cool. So you can get a Famicom with Clue Clue Land. That's really adorable. Damn. You can also get a Famicom disk system, and it has
Okay.
it
I
has
love that.
ice hockey.
I love that once you start going a certain way with the soccer ball, you just can't stop going that way.
Yep. We're not allowed. So there's that. Then you can get a Game Boy in New Horizons.
Okay.
That has
When
Dr. Mario.
when am I allowed to kick the ball, game? Let me kick the ball.
One of these days.
I have to be like on
You can
top
get
of it, which feels so wrong.
You can get a Super Famicom with Panel de Pon. And that is a good puzzle game also.
Oh yeah, but that little panel dip on fucking
Yeah. We played
Poke-
that on Switch Online, haven't we?
yeah. It's just
Well, yeah, it is
fucking
also
Pokemon.
Pokemon Puzzle League.
Yeah, my
You
first
can get
ever
a Super
introduction to that kind of
Nintendo.
game.
Yeah. You can get a Super Nintendo in the American colors, the purple. That has F-Zero.
You
And
going
you can
study?
also,
See you
I
guys
love...
later. See you, Edgy.
Alright, yeah, take care. After this midterm, I'm free!
I was holding down for solid like 2 seconds there, and it just did not let me go down.
God damn.
What is my goalie doing? He just left the goal wide open.
What a dick! Oh, that's a shame. So apparently, I was about to compliment how in New Horizons the consoles have their regional variants and how the regional variants have different games, but I have to retract that because for some reason, even though there's a separate American and European Super Nintendo and they look different, they both have F-Zero for some reason. Really weird choice. Because again, there's the Famicom, and that has its own unique game compared to the NES. There's even the Famicom Disk System. That has a unique game. So
Goalie, what are you doing?
I'm just having a gay old time.
He just
Actually,
walks
wait,
away
did your goal
from the...
switch?
What?
Or
Huh?
did your goal switch? Because that could be the case. I mean, the goals switch in soccer after a certain point, right? What is your team?
We're USA.
Well, I guess you are scoring. I don't know.
Like, he just walked away from the goal, like, every time so far.
I don't know. Weird. But I gotta say, though, even though Edgy's not here, hopefully they'll be able to see the VOD, so I can finish my thought. So New Horizons, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 unique games. Compared to in this, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wait, no, not 11. Hang on. Yeah, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 games in North American Animal Crossing. So, as much as I like bringing back the retro games in New Horizons, and as much as
Oh,
I like expanding to other systems,
I guess I won.
hooray! As much
All
as I like, yeah,
God.
as much as I like expanding to other systems, either they should have done more games per system, or just focus on one system to do more games. Because,
Hmm.
like, 6 is pathetic compared to 15, when 15 was on a N64 game that came out 25 years ago, dude. Come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, I was gonna say, NES sports games kind of suck.
Yep. What do you feel about playing something else on NES before the night's out? Are you hungering for anything? To do Punch Out?
I was thinking more Wario's Woods, if anything.
Oh, true, true.
Yeah, I'll do a few rounds of Wario's Woods and then call it there.
Yeah. Finally, I can return to my list of Satoru Iwata assisted Nintendo games. I was having such a grand old conversation with Edgy there for a bit.
Yeah.
I didn't mention it, or I think I was very close to mentioning this earlier. And you might have heard before. Iwata assisted a lot. Oh man, it's time o'clock. Thank you, guy. God bless. With Pokemon Gold and Silver, Iwata stepped in, I think, like halfway during development because they were struggling. The funny thing is, before he stepped in, Game Freak was going to have Kanto be like a miniaturized version. It was gonna be a single town with like a bunch of elements from Kanto. And then Iwata came in and said, yo, check this shit out. And managed to compress the graphics so that Kanto, the full Kanto, could actually be in gold and silver. I don't know what time frame he did that in, but like it's still nuts that again that was just him. And Game Freak has said that was just him that did that. And they would not have done that if not for him. It would not have been fucking possible. He is a wizard. He was a goddamn wizard.
You're a wizard, howdy.
He is. Custom Robo. Oh, I'm sorry. I interrupted myself midway through saying Custom Robo because you're about to do a backflip. He was a supervisor on Kirby 64 and the Crystal Shards. Woo!
Ooh.
Yeah! Apparently he wasn't involved in Dreamland 3. Oh wait, no, he was. I'm dumb. He was back there a bit. I forgot about it. Kirby Tilt and Tumble, Pokemon Puzzle League. Also backflip.
Yeah.
Metal Slater Glory Director's Cut. Oh my god. I don't know if I've ever talked about this game. This is the funniest fucking thing ever. So, HAL Laboratory, during the 90s, they were independent from Nintendo. HAL Laboratory made some very stupid business decisions. Easily the stupidest was releasing a Super Famicom game in 2000. That's what Metal Slater Glory Director's Cut is. Needless to say, they went bankrupt and basically went to Nintendo and said, yo, can you bail us out? And Nintendo said, yeah, but you're property now.
Yeah. Oy
Yep. I don't know who the fuck signed off on that, but like in the history of game releases, that has gotta be one of the most poorly timed ones ever. And you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? I said Metal Slater Glory Director's Cut. The original version came out like 8 years before this. So they did a director's cut. And like Not even a director's cut for any game. It's a visual novel. For a visual novel, you can only make it look nicer. It's not gonna play any better. What the fuck? Anyways. Pokemon Stadium 2? Chi-Chai Alien. What is Chi-Chai Alien other than another Japanese exclusive? The game used a special peripheral attached to the Game Boy Color's infrared sensor to capture in-game aliens from real-life artificial light sources. Ooh. And it's also unplayable on GBA because the GBA doesn't have infrared. That's really cool. And you know what it reminds me of? I don't know if you've ever heard of this game, but Dempamen on 3DS. And of course that was with a camera, but still, like, you looked around with your camera for Dempamen, and it was sort of contextualized in-game as, like, Dempamen actually do exist. They are energy in the real world. You are looking for them. I love Dempamen. It's an RPG also. You recruit your Dempamen from AR.
Sounds like vaguely familiar.
It had a demo on 3DS. That's
I
how
might have
it
played
might
the
have been
demo.
how you played that, yeah.
I need to look it up though to see if it's what I'm remembering.
It has a very distinct look. It is aggressively Japan. So aggressively Japan, in fact, that the third game in the series never made it to the States, unfortunately. Yeah. I need to sit down and play those though, especially because they are. I mean, you really can't play them. You can't play them on a Nintendo PC.
I'm gonna look that up real
only
quick.
For real hardware. Yeah, it's D-E-N-P-A, Dempamen. They came by wave. Ah, yes. I think there might have been another one of these on Switch. Let me see.
Oh wow, it uses Mii's. Hang on.
They look like Mii's, but I don't know if they are Mii's.
Yeah.
It might be like a Breath of the Wild situation where they use Mii code. I don't know.
Yeah, No, yeah, I think I definitely played the demo of this.
Also, let me just say really quick. Fuck! These games are all digital exclusive, meaning you can no longer legitimately get them. God damn it. Ugh. That sucks.
Damn. I mean, you could have a friend, give you their copy, copy, you know, if you...
I mean, even if you had, like, the best thing, I will say the only bright side of the eShop shutting down is that if you've downloaded anything, you can go back and re-download it. That's the only thing that the servers are still up for.
You know,
I mean, if you had Dempamen or even the demo, you could re-download it.
If you have a friend who,
Oh, didn't mean to stream. Whoops.
Has a, let's say, a Nintendo PC.
What does the Breath of the Wild Burger Me look like? I've seen everybody ask that question, and I've seen nobody answer it. Let me see if somebody has.
Okay.
Somebody has done that.
What do we mean by Breath of the Wild Burger Me?
What do you mean the Burger Me? Come on, dude.
Who
it's
the fuck is Pablo?
That looks like a burger. Who the fuck is Pablo? Also, Guy, I will send this to you immediately. Somebody has done it. And let it be known, somebody has made it a mod on Game Banana, which I know nothing about. I'm looking the Nintendo ninjas directly in the eye. I know nothing about Game Banana. Somebody did a mod, and it's called Handsome Hamburger. They put the Hamburger Me on an NPC that doesn't have a shirt, and he has, like, abs. This is so fucking rad. Hang on.
I still don't know what the Hamburger Me is.
Well, I will send it to you. I will send you both the picture of the Game Banana and a picture of the original Hamburger Me. guy, by the way, he did me a favor because I was looking around for him in DMs, and he just messaged me, send me the deets, and he replied, let's fucking go.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll have to see if I can find a development anecdote about Dempamen at some point. Because it seems like this weird Game Boy Color Chi alien might have been an inspiration, which is funny. And apparently, also, I was looking, yes, there is a new one on Switch. I don't know how it works. Maybe you use the infrared camera. I hadn't even thought of that.
Oh,
That could
great.
actually
These
be how the
guys
game
don't
works.
stay damaged.
The infrared camera that's barely used on Switch, and of course it's not on the Switch too. I'll have to look into that later. Oh, also, if Wacko were here, Wacko would do a backflip because Satoru Iwata is credited in special thanks for Wave Race Blue Storm, not Wave Race 64, unfortunately. Let me double check. Yeah, Iwata was not involved in Wave Race 64. Pokemon Party Mini. Oh my god, you know about the Pokemon Mini? The console, the Pokemon Mini? No?
No.
Completely new brain wavelength? Yes?
I'm also just kind of focused on this
You are
game.
kind of locked in, yeah. The Pokemon Mini, Iwata comes out of the credits and Wacko flips. Yeah. Ugh. I will say, you know, as much as I could sit here and argue that Nintendo has done a lot of shit that Iwata would never do, at least they've been incredibly respectful to his legacy. I feel like some other company that would have somebody like Iwata would do like a fucking Iwata hologram at this point. Or
Oh
some,
god.
like,
Iwata
bullshit
AI.
like that. Iwata AI, yeah. Yeah. Nintendo at least knows how to let a man rest. But, so the Pokemon Mini is the smallest console that Nintendo ever made, a handheld obviously. It was very short-lived also, it was a complete failure. I don't even think it sold like 100,000 units, it's considered pretty rare. And so yeah, and if you're wondering, by the way, that's less than the Virtual Boy. The Virtual Boy sold like 800,000. Let me check how many the
Oh
Pokemon
boy.
Mini sold. Pokemon Mini sales. No. How many units? Exact sales numbers have never been released. That's a really good sign.
Amazing.
You know what's crazy is that the lowest selling piece of Nintendo hardware that I know of is the Nintendo 64 DD, the disc drive. And to be fair, that's an add-on, it's not its own console. But you know how many that sold? 30,000, which is pathetic for Nintendo standards, and pathetic when you remember that there were 5 million Nintendo 64s sold in Japan. So for Nintendo to not release the sales units of the Pokemon Mini, A, that would mean it's less than 30,000, and B, that would mean, again, a complete failure on every front, because it's not like the disc drive, where at least that was released late in the system's life, and it was an add-on. No, the Pokemon Mini had its own R&D, you know, its own marketing, everything that a handheld would have, right? And it fucking bombed, which is so funny, too, because Nintendo was great with handhelds. I really wonder what went wrong. Especially because, like, Pokemon was on top of the world when this released. It was 2001. That
The
was still,
hell
like,
did I do there?
gold, silver, you know, gold, silver era. Like, don't get me wrong, it was kind of dying out. There was kind of an impression that Pokemon would be a fad. But, like,
Yeah.
I doubt that really would have hurt it that much. Again, it's crazy that it sold so little. And it had 10 games. And let me, again, I want to see how small this thing is. Weighs just under 70 grams. A tiny lad. and it runs
Yeah.
on one AAA for, holy shit, up to 60 hours.
God
Bruh.
damn.
Nintendo never change, except when you make the battery life on Switch pretty bad. 3DS battery life was not great either, I won't lie. I think
It
3DS was kind of the beginning of the end as
it
far
was
as...
serviceable.
Well, yeah, but like compared to the DS, dude, you can leave a DS like off
Yeah.
for years, and that motherfucker will still have battery.
Oh, I'm warning you,
They will
Shroom.
survive the apocalypse.
I'll do this
Oh.
level and then call it.
That's fair. Weird, unique gimmick with the Pokemon Mini, other than everything about it being a gimmick, is that it had a, I think it had a gyrometer? No, wait, hang on. Yeah, it had a motion sensor, doesn't say a gyrometer. But, you could shake as an input, so the first motion Nintendo, console, technically. Before the Wii. There was a version of Tetris on this also that was Pokemon themed, and unfortunately that's the rarest game for the system. Probably because it's one of the only good ones. Like, I've heard the other games are fine, they're just not anything special. And, I will say there is a thriving homebrew scene for it, though, which I'm happy to see. Because, again, it was a really underutilized system. It could have been really cool.
Yeah.
Had some neat ideas, and it just didn't have the time. I hate to say it, I think, the more that I think about it, I think the reason the Pokemon Mini failed is because it didn't have an actual mainline Pokemon game on it. It just had spin-offs. And again, there were some cool spin-offs. Tetris. There was a pinball game, like the Pokemon pinball games on Game Boy. There was like a Tamagotchi game. You know, some cool ideas, but like, if you're making a Pokemon system, people want a mainline Pokemon game.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, the Pokemon Mini was like, it was definitely weaker than, well, I would have to break down the specs of this to see. It was definitely weaker than the Game Boy Color, because it didn't have color. Don't get me wrong, it was a capable system, even though it was just black and white. I don't know if it could do a full RPG. I think that would really be pushing it. So... But, honestly, maybe they could have done, like, a smaller Pokemon RPG? And, like, have it be episodic? That could be, like, a cool idea? I don't know. But, yeah, hindsight is 20/20, of course, and they never did that. It is what it is.
Alrighty.
I think I will go over... I'm pretty much near the end of the list of a lot of games anyways. And also, he's credited on a lot more stuff as a producer. Holy shit, he's a producer on a lot.
Thank you all for popping in. I will see you next time.
Yep. Oh boy, there's a VC and Ghost Rider. I gotta hop right out of here.
Yeah. Bye-bye.